Hi, welcome to another edition of the Alan Rosenberg Show. This one a little bit different and a little bit serious. It is the holidays, and obviously I want to wish everybody a happy holiday. And the holidays could be a joyous time, but it also could be a very sad time for people who have lost their loved ones, and it's a hard thing to deal with. And I have to deal with that, my family, as well as most of our loved ones are deceased, and it brings back memories and loneliness. So I can relate. So this video is going to be about the holidays and depression and suicide and Kanye West. And you'll see at the end how this ties together. And what you see behind me is musicians and a couple of people who are not musicians who committed suicide. And I just want to say that, and I've had to deal with suicide. If you're going through a rough time, I'm not a psychiatrist, but that old saying is true. Just try to bear with it, and you wake up the next day and you just don't know what's going to be, and hopefully it will be a better day. And it typically does work that way. We all have our ups and downs, and we all could be kind of manic sometimes. So just do your best to try to deal with it. That's all I can say as somebody who experiences this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you these people who unfortunately did not do that, and they did commit suicide, and what a sad loss it is. So let's start. And by the way, if you're new to my channel and you enjoy it, please hit subscribe and like and check out my other videos. And thank you so much to my subscribers. I have some people who we communicate back and forth, and it kind of creates a little community, and I love it. So thank you for your support. So let's start. We'll start here, and this is actually live TV, and all my CDs just fell. But there you go. The Monkees, and nobody in the Monkees committed suicide, but Tommy Boyce was a songwriter, and he wrote a lot of the Monkees songs of Tommy Boyce and Bobby Hart, that combination. And unfortunately, he committed suicide, as did Anthony Bourdain. Anthony Bourdain hung himself. I was a huge fan of his, obviously not a rock star, but a rock star in his field, that's for damn sure. Did he fall down? Roy Buchanan, he hung himself. Very sad, an amazing guitarist, and I'm a big fan of his. Donald Cammell, famous director, did Performance, among other things. Great Mick Jagger flick. I love this classic British film. Donald Cammell. Who fell? A bunch of people fell. Kurt Cobain, of course, of Nirvana, and he shot himself. Where's my Boston CD? Brad Delp, lead singer of Boston, and Brad Delp, carbon monoxide, I believe that was. Nick Drake, interesting what could have happened, because Nick Drake, of course, was not famous at all in his lifetime, and now he's so well respected and actually sells records in good number, but he overdosed. And Keith Emerson, legendary keyboardist of Emerson, Lake and Palmer, and he had some hand ailments towards the end of his life, and he shot himself. Jean-Luc Godard, very famous French director, Rolling Stones film he did, Sympathy for the Devil, 1+1. Here's an original VHS tape on magnetic video. And he died from suicide as well. I think that's all of the ones that fell on the floor. I'm looking at my list here. What am I up to? I am up to Pete Ham of Badfinger. What a tragedies in this band, Badfinger. And he hung himself. As did Paul Hester of the band Crowded House. Big fan of them. And he was the drummer. And they had broken up and did their last show, and then he hung himself. And then they got back together on occasion, so that's a really sad loss. Doug Hopkins of the Gin Blossoms, he shot himself. And Michael Hutchins of In Excess, of course, he hung himself. From the band, Richard Manuel, in a hotel room, I believe it was in a hotel room, he hung himself. Why is Elton John here? Because my favorite Elton John song from Goodbye Yellow Brick Road is Candle in the Wind. And of course that's written about Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe overdosed. Why is Mick Jagger in here? Well, Mick Jagger is in here because his girlfriend at the time, Lauren Scott, very famous fashion designer, and she hung herself. Very famous director, Tony Scott, did many films like Top Gun. He also did The Hunger. Here's a laser disc of The Hunger. And Tony Scott, he jumped off of a bridge. Del Shannon, why is he with the Traveling Wilburys? Well, the story was he was going to replace Roy Orbison in the next version of the Traveling Wilburys. But that didn't happen because Del Shannon shot himself. The Allman Brothers, the drummer, Butch Trucks, very sad story. Butch Trucks shot himself because of tax problems. He owed a lot of money in back taxes, my understanding. And Bob Welch of Fleetwood Mac, and then had some fame as a solo artist with Ebony Eyes and Sentimental Woman. Drawing a blank, but Bob Welch, and he shot himself as well. Vince Welnick, who played keyboards with the Tubes and the Grateful Dead. Really dangerous job is playing keyboards with the Grateful Dead. But Vince Welnick, he slit his own throat. Of course, Robin Williams, one of my favorite comedians and actors, and one of my favorite movies on Laserdisc, The Fisher King. And what a sad, how Robin Williams killed himself. He hung himself. So sad. Now, I have this Little Steven CD because the bass player in the band was in the Plasmatics, and Wendy O. Williams, she shot herself as well. So, all of these people, you know, I can't judge. I'm manic sometimes, and we all suffer from depression. But you could see what a sad loss it is, and maybe they could have pulled through in a brighter day if, but they didn't. So it's very sad, and around the holidays, we see a lot of people. I work retail, and I deal with a lot of people who are very angry this time of the year, and they take it out on you, and they try to remember, well, it's not about me. They're just frustrated, and I am too, and sad. So we have to deal with that. Which brings me a little bit to a rant on Kanye West. We all know that Kanye West has been in the news, and he lost his Adidas thing, and some people are defending him and saying, well, you know, he suffers from manic depression. A lot of people suffer from manic depression, okay? Maybe I do. That's not a card to go out and say these horrendous things over and over again, and then by saying, well, he lost his contract, you see, people control it. No. Everybody works for somebody. Everybody has somebody to answer to. And if you say despicable, disgusting things, you should lose those contracts, and nobody should take you serious, no matter what your skin color is, or even if you suffer from manic depressive, because that's not a card to say these horrible things. Now, forgetting about Judaism and Israel and anti-Semitism, you never say something like you love Hitler. Forget about Jews. Forget about the Holocaust. You want to deny the Holocaust, and you're a fucking asshole, because it's one of the most documented things in the world. But we're not talking about the Holocaust. We're talking about Adolf Hitler and World War II. World War II started in 1939, September 1st, when Adolf Hitler invaded Poland, Kanye. Maybe you'll learn history a little bit. And in those 5 years, more people died in World War II than any other event. It's the deadliest conflict in human history. Forget about the Holocaust. Forget about Jews. I'm talking about worldwide. More than 30 countries were involved in World War II because Adolf Hitler invaded Poland because he wanted to have the German race get greater and take over the other countries and kill people who were not like him. Kanye, you're okay with Adolf Hitler doing that? I don't care how much fucking money you have, and I don't care how much power you have. You never say something like that. And the world should stand up to you, and there should be events out there where they're burning your CDs because you have no right to ever say something like that. And I'm not talking about Jewish, and I'm not even talking about anti-Semitism. There are estimated between 70 to 85 million people died in World War II because of Adolf Hitler. Never say that, and never defend him, anybody out there, for saying something like that. There's my rant. I hope you enjoyed my video. It's a serious video, but it should be a serious video. We're going through some hard times right now, and there are a lot of people out there depressed. Bear with it, but don't let an asshole like Kanye West get away with what he's doing. I hope you have a good, happy holiday as best you can, and enjoy your family if you have that. And thank you for tuning in, and please, the next video will be a lot happier. Stay healthy, stay safe out there, and enjoy the holidays as best you can. Thanks for tuning into the Alan Rosenberg Show.